trophies are. Do it. Now in this video I want to answer two questions that are being asked a lot of me right now, because I am training some guys in squat and deadlift. There's a misunderstanding what the posterior chain is. Another question is what muscles fire first in the conventional deadlift versus the sumo deadlift. Now let's take a look at this. Now, I throw this term around a lot in the gym and people shake their head like they know what I'm talking about, and I know they don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about the posterior chain. What is the posterior chain precisely? It is a muscle called the multifidus. It is the glutes, the hamstrings, and the calves. Now let's look at this in a little more depth. Now when the muscles of the posterior chain fire, the multifidus fires first, the glutes fire next, then the hamstrings, and finally the calves. The multifidus muscle is actually a series of muscles that are attached to the spine, attached to the vertebrae. So if my fist was a vertebrae, these muscles would attach on each side of the vertebrae. On top, the superficial multifidus, and there's a deep muscle multifidus, and that would be then underneath the actual vertebrae. And these stabilize these discs, and they're the first things that fire when we get ready to do something, turn, move, rise up. And the point is, it's the first muscle to fire, or series of muscles to fire, when you squat. The way to strengthen your posterior chain is through compound movements. Now this is a cohesive chain that you want to improve upon, right? And you also want to improve your muscular coordination. And these muscles are meant to work synergistically, in combination. Okay, so these wannabe trainers, they have you work these muscles individually, these funky little exercises, and that's not the way they're supposed to function. And I won't say that you could get an imbalance. You can absolutely get an imbalance in your hamstrings, just working individual exercises below the hips. But if you want to strengthen the posterior chain, you want to do things like compound movements like deadlifts and squats. Now when I'm training people in conventional deadlift, I tell them initially you want to have that leg drive. You're going to keep your butt down, you want to push your feet through the floor, and it's true. But at a kinetic level, kinetics, PhDs have studied this, okay? They've broken all this down and measured the torques on the spine. The conventional deadlift starts with the low back. Whether we realize it or not, we don't. It happens so fast we don't realize it. But it starts with the back, okay? It goes legs, back. Back, legs, back. On a sumo deadlift, it starts with legs and then back, and that's it, okay? So it's a little bit different with the conventional deadlift. It's not what most of us think. Even, Kazmaier and Lamar Gant, we all agreed it was the legs first, but technically speaking, measuring the forces, it starts with the low back on a conventional deadlift.